Hello, good afternoon. This is Stephanie Lynn Henson speaking, just for legal purposes, so everybody knows. It's been over 2 years since my friend Andrew Thomas Conboy has even gotten to speak to his daughters. Because of court corruption, because of court collusion, right, in our courts, because people who have mental health problems are abusing our judicial system to abuse their spouse. So the real victims are going through our court rooms and are being abused by court by the actual abuser. And I'm seeing this in multiple cases, not just Andrew's. I've seen other mothers do the same thing. They project their own fears into the court about these men. And men do it about women too, so it's not just one-sided. But they are projecting their own fears into the court, and the court is listening to that. And now these men are being thrown in jail for trying to contact their children. Again, there's multiple cases of this going on. And in Andrew's case, like, his ex is a criminal. She committed perjury on multiple court documents to get them approved. Okay, I had to go fight her in court for that, where I pointed out her perjury to the court. Perjury is supposed to be a crime. I pointed out her perjury to the court. So where do we go when we're trying to report crimes? I've gone to the police. I've tried emailing multiple police officers. Oh, it's on my jurisdiction, report with crime watchers. Like, nobody knows where to go to report a crime, and that's what I'm concerned about in America. I had my constitutional rights violated in the Dakota County judicial system when I started sticking up for Andrew because I saw clear signs of a conspiracy taking place. Andrew was crying out for help on the internet because his dad and his ex-wife were abusing him. They're tormenting him. They put him in a mental hospital because he has reason, actual legitimate reasons to believe his dad poisoned his mom. He's not crazy for thinking this. When you actually sit down and get his statements and look at the investigation that he actually had to do himself because the Rosemount police refused to do it, it looks very suspicious that his father and his ex-wife may have poisoned his mom. And the fact that, and I here's what I think. This is where my mind goes. When you hear his statements and hear everything that is said and everything else, I think the poison wasn't working quick enough. And Kathleen was going to go to the doctors because she wasn't feeling well. She told Andrew she wasn't feeling well. It felt like she's been poisoned. Her body was purple. And because she worked in the medical institution, she was going to go. And I think that her husband may have been like, shit, she's going to go get her blood tested and they're going to find poison in her body and so I think he strangled her because his statements don't add up with the police report. That's why. There's just statements that aren't adding up. I have lies of his father lying on the phone. Okay, Kirsten Conboy, check whatever name she goes by these days, is a stalker. She stalked Andrew and his new girlfriend. She sent videos of herself shooting guns to Andrew's phone, saying she uses his head as target practice. And Andrew told her he was going to get an order of protection on her if she didn't stop stalking him and harassing him. And what does she do? She goes to the court, paints her own narrative about Andrew to the court, that he's this crazy person, and look at his hockey fight videos, and he's whatever, he broke my phone. He accidentally broke her phone when she was getting her phone out to call Andrew's dad because she kept constantly calling Andrew's father on Andrew. Andrew's mom told his dad to stop communicating with Kirsten. This is a whole family drama shit that was going on in their family. And there is a serious crime. This is a white-collar crime that's taking place. And no one would ever guess it because his father has a silver tongue. And he has so much power in Rosemount, working at Rosemount High School. But yet when I started speaking about him on the internet, I had multiple people reaching out to me saying about their distaste for this man. And he saw the comments on my page and he filed an HRO on me for speaking the truth about him on the internet. He filed an HRO on me to silence me. Had his buddy judge, Tim Wormager, come in, approve this order, all based on hearsay, zero evidence the court provided. I kept asking, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Show me the evidence of my harassment. He didn't have to provide a single piece of evidence. Tim Wormager violated my constitutional rights that day. And I didn't know I was supposed to appeal it. I didn't know. I still was like careful because I saw Andrew getting arrested. I knew how serious this was. I can't get arrested. I'm a single mom. Like, that would not be good. I can't be dealing with that. So I had to keep my mouth shut. And now I'm living in a country that's supposed to be founded on freedom. But what freedoms do we have? Because you're seeing a man who's trying to report that he believes his mom was poisoned to the police, and the whole town is believing he's crazy and delusional because his dad and his wife defamed his character and colluded and conspired together to file an order of protection on him, and then use that to have him arrested for trying to contact his daughters or for not allowing her to take the girls or whatever it was. He got arrested in front of his 4 daughters, okay, on Christmas Eve. The first Christmas without his mom. He wouldn't let her take the girls. He sent her a 72-page text message because it was the divorce decree. It wasn't actually all these crazy messages. It was just the divorce decree. So he sent her. So she told the cops that he sent a 72-page text message, and that's why he's getting arrested. We're getting arrested for communication. He's never been violent. Andrew's never been violent. I've never even seen this man even angry. Like, I've seen him, like, upset, but I've never been scared he's going to hit me. And as somebody who has actually been a victim of domestic violence, for her to abuse the court this way and to make people believe that he is a domestic abuser, this man has been traumatized. He's been harassed, bullied. I have personally witnessed it, and I witnessed it. We had a title company telling him that he's a domestic abuser because his ex-wife says so. She called around defaming his character. He wasn't able to sell his own home, which his name was on. She abandoned the marriage in 2019. She changed her address. And she's able to go in the courts and deny him the right to sell his house and all this other stuff. I mean, what they did to him is probably one of the most traumatizing things I could see happen to a person. But he just keeps going every day, And even for me, like, because I have my hormonal issues and I just had a baby, right? Like, I've even, like, feel bad the way that I've treated him because of my own stuff, where I'm like, oh my God, this poor man is just getting attacked left and right from everybody, including me. And he just keeps going. That is a resilient man right there. He brings the best energy still after all this horrible shit he's been through. Again, it's been over 2 years since he's had any contact with his daughters. He thinks about them every single day. Every day. He pays his child support every month. But he can't see or speak to them at all. For what reason? Why can't he? That's what I want to know. And that's what people need to start asking Kirsten Conboy is, why can't Andrew talk to his daughters? Why can't he see his girls? What Kirsten and Andrew's father have done is a serious, and Amy Harvey. Amy Harvey is also involved because these people file harassment restraining orders on me, but they're the ones who are actually harassing me. Andrew called me traumatized, freaking out. Oh my God, Stephanie, delete your post. They're gonna put you in jail. They're gonna sue you. I was getting calls, and then his sister calls when we had friends over one time. We were having a bonfire with my friend and her kids, thinking we're all gonna hang out and just have good laughs and whatever. No, Andrew's getting phone call after phone call from his sister, Amy Harvey, saying that they're gonna call Child Protective Services on me if I don't delete my Facebook posts. Because Andrew's sharing his investigation. I was sharing my investigation. They're going to call on me. So now they're harassing me with threats. I had a Jeep roll by and took a photo of my house. Andrew thought he saw his sister drive by my house. So I have people stalking me and harassing me, but yet I'm the one who can't speak about it on the internet. I can't report a crime. I'm told by law enforcement officers it's out of my jurisdiction. You have to go to the Rosemont Police. Well, the Rosemont Police aren't doing anything about it. Andrew has stood outside with a sign saying, Rosemont Police, cover up the murder of Kathleen Conboy. And nobody does anything. Everyone just talks shit. Oh, Tim Conboy's son has gone crazy. No, he did not go crazy. He did not go crazy. Me and my dad are a witness. My friends, all my friends, I have lots and lots and lots of friends who I've introduced Andrew to. They have seen crazy. We've seen crazy. Andrew is not mentally unstable or crazy at all. He has legitimate reasons to believe his mom was poisoned. And when you look at all the details of the case, yeah, it looks very suspicious to me. Very suspicious. When you look at how Kirsten is abusing the court system between my court documents and then his court documents, and the fact that her attorney even allowed this to happen, I was shocked when I read his court documents. And Kirsten's trying to claim he's an absent father after she had him arrested for trying to contact his daughters. This is like psychotic behavior, what she has done and how she's abused the courts. It's this court abuse. And again, she's not the only person who is using the court for this. Like, our courts have become a weapon, dude. Like, it's like a war that we're going against with the parents of our children. You should be respecting that you had a baby with this person. Have respect. Me and my ex-husband have respect. I tell the truth about what things that happen. He thinks he has his own whatever, right? But, like, we still get along. We laugh together. We want what's best for Avalani. We don't have this hate towards each other. There's no hate there. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to co-parent peacefully. If you had a child with somebody, you have to now accept that this is their life. They have to switch off between mom and dad's house. It's not going to be a normal upbringing like maybe you had where your parents were together. I grew up in this kind of home. My parents were not together. But I got cool experiences because I got to go to other places and see new things and got different experiences that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So there is a blessing in it. There is a blessing in having different households where your kids get to travel. You cannot base your whole life on your children, right? Like you're still your own person. Right? I know you love your kids. I love my kid too. And I'm about to be sending her off for a week with her dad. And I am like, I've cried multiple times because I'm like, oh my God, what if she gets embarrassed? What if this happens? What if she's shy? There's all these things that as a mom, I'm like, ooh, but I'm like, Keela, those are your own shit, Stephanie. You can't stop her from living her life because of your own fears. And I feel like a lot of us do that as parents, especially when it comes to like this co-parenting stuff. It's like we're projecting our own fears on our partners and like on like just like we're just projecting our own fears and making up our own like delusions in our head of things that could go wrong or could happen, again based on our own fears. They're not valid. It's not legitimate. You can't do that. That's damaging to your children. So America's under attack right now, and it's a psychological warfare, and I personally experienced this in my courtrooms here in Dakota County, Minnesota. I live in Rosemont, Minnesota. Again, name's Stephanie Lynn Henson. Come talk to me, please. Because I have lost faith in this country. Like, I am, like, disturbed. I feel disturbed on the inside after what I've been a witness to. This whole drain the swamp thing that Trump was doing back in 2017. The swamp is right here in my own, like, county. And not just my county. I'm seeing it across the United States. All right? I have friends in other states who are experiencing these same things going on in Texas and Florida. There's lots of, like, really scary things happening in our courtrooms. And the fact that, like, law enforcement, just all of it, it's very scary. Almost like a Nazi America. Things are happening. I know that, the clock is ticking here. So I hope that everybody starts waking up on this. I hope that if you are divorcing somebody or you are separating from your partner, I hope that for the kids' sake, you can just get along. Just get along for the kids. It's not about you. It's about your children. And not allowing your daughters to speak to their father for 4 years is extremely damaging, and it will traumatize those girls for life. And I'm telling you, it'll come back on that person who did that. Because right now I'm healing a lot of things that my mom did, not even just out of her own fears. Like, I know what petty looks like because I had a petty mother. So I knew exactly what Kirsten was doing to Andrew because I grew up with people like Kirsten. And I thought, wow, this is fucking bad. This is really bad. And I knew exactly how it was going to go. And that's exactly how it went. Because I grew up with it. I know that energy. It's abusive. It's manipulative. It's controlling. And it's very damaging to children and to those around you. This is abusive behavior. And this is the kind of thing that needs to stop. And I'm speaking to mothers on this. Because mothers are the most guilty, okay? Like, I know I've been guilty, okay? I've been also guilty. Okay, I've made mistakes as a mom. I'm not perfect. But I have looked and been like, wow, that didn't feel right. I'm not doing that again. I'm going off my own intuition of being a mother. And being that kind of mother means that my child, I have to live fearlessly. I have to allow my child to make her own decisions. I have to teach her independence. And my child is very aware and very smart, and I trust now sending her off into the world. Because I've prepared her confidence. I've prepared her communication skills. I've prepared her to know how to take care of herself, how to feed herself, the right, proper nutrition, all of that. She's 7 years old. Very aware, very wise, very smart. So, hope you have a great day. I love you. Bye.